welcome to another up close video. So last month I did actually do an up close video on the Designer's Choice die set, which was number 4. And I asked you at the end of that video if you were interested in me carrying on doing these talking up close videos, giving you some ideas and stuff using the Designer's Choice dies, and a lot of you said you did want me to do them. So I'm doing another one this month for Designer's Choice number 5. I don't know what the name of this one is yet, because obviously I get my dies earlier than the actual release of the Designer's Choice, so I'm not 100% sure of the name, but the name will be the title of the video, and there'll be affiliate links in the description below the video, so you can grab your one of these. And also, if you use my links below the video, you'll also get an automatically applied 10% discount. It's just a general link to the website, so you will have to like search Designer's Choice in the website to find the stuff you're looking for. But I'll put that those links above my actual product list. I'll just click this link for 10% off. I just thought I'd put those on there, let you know about them, so that you can save a little bit extra. Also, what was I going to say? You'll also notice that the 5 cards that I have made with the Designer's Choice die set are all pink. It does work really nicely for more masculine cards as well, and hopefully I'll get a chance to film another video with some more masculine colours, because I've got another idea that I want to do. But Tonic wanted to use pink as like the marketing for this month's Designer's Choice die set, so I went for pink with all of my cards. I was originally only going to make 3, and then it sort of multiplied into 5, but there'll be 2 videos up for you, hopefully soon after this, or I might put one up before it and one up after this video. One of them is these 2 cards using the background as it is, and you can see how gorgeously detailed that background is. This one's got some paper piecing on it as well, and they've both got glitter on them. And then I also did this video where I have made the large A2 patterned panel die into a stamp and done some heat embossing with it, and I think it works really, really nicely. So I will show you these in more detail in a second, but I will just go through the die set for you. So the Designer's Choice die sets are $19.99, and they come in a plastic sleeve like this. You do get all of the dies on a piece of acetate with little foam strips holding them in place. But what I like to do is I just buy cheap magnetic sheets off of eBay, and I usually get the A4 size, and then I just chop them like in half, maybe a little bit smaller, so they'll fit inside the pocket. And then I just keep the dies on the magnetic sheet inside there. And they're obviously always going to fit on an A5 sheet, because that's the size of the folder. So this month's kit, this month's Designer's Choice, you might feel like there are less dies in here. However, this background die, which takes up like half the space, which is a really, I'm sure this kind of size of a die by itself would be like at least £15, if not the $19.99. But it's really versatile. There are so many things you can do with these kind of dies. I've tried to show off as many of them as I could in 2 different videos, but I also have some other ideas which I hope that I will get done, but you never know, because you know, time often runs away with me, or from me. But I've got an idea to use the brand new Nouveau Crackle paste with it, and I think it'll give a really cool sort of more masculine look to the design as well. And you can even make this, like cut it from a glossy kind of cardstock, and you could use it as a stencil as well and get some really cool techniques with that. It's a really lovely design. It is, it's kind of almost a symmetrical sort of design, but they're different. So you have like this halfway point, and there's a circular design above and below, and there's like the sort of 4 in the corner and 2 on the side. However, they're not all the same. These 2 on the side are the same, but these 2 in the centre are different, and then those 2 are different from those 2. But they go together so nicely. I really like that. That there's so many different designs in it. Often you get these kind of panels and they are just the same little circular design repeated all over it, but I really like the random effect of this one. It really gives something different to your finished card, because you're kind of you keep looking at it and noticing other bits and pieces that are in there, especially when you paper piece this. That's how I like properly noticed that the pieces were different and stuff. Then the whole concept of this card, so I'm presuming maybe it'll be called some kind of like a wrap card or something, is that you take this piece and you would cut this out and you fold it around the main panel so it holds it in place, and then you could maybe slip something behind it if you wanted to, or I've made this into a shaker card. You could also do it as like one of those belly bands that will go like hold the card shut, and you could like put a gift card inside the card and then this would hold it shut and keep it inside. I haven't used it properly, like, or I haven't really shown you a lot of ways to use this, because there are a lot of ways of using this. I was kind of focusing on the background panel because I really loved the design of it, but there are more ways of using this than what I have shown, because you could also do some kind of raised up kind of design to it. You could use these little tabs to sort of make it float in front of the card. You can cut it from acetate and then cut this piece to go on it, and then it will really look like it's floating, you know. Lots of different ways that you can use this one, and as well as getting the basic like base shape, really, you also get the intricate design that goes in the centre of it as well. And this has an actual cutting edge on the interior of it, but the outside is a verso edge die, so if you wanted this to be like a solid piece that you could slide something behind and it would sort of get hidden behind it, you would cut this one out by itself, just from cardstock in a solid design, or from acetate if you were doing that kind of thing, and then you would cut them both together and that would give you the frame design, because you need this outside edge to complete the cut of this one. Although something that I didn't do because I've only just thought of it, you could just cut this straight into your card and it will just give you the aperture straight away and give you cut out detail straight into your piece of card, so that would look gorgeous as well. So there really are loads of different ways of using that little extra design element from this die set. Then you also get some words, which are always useful, and you could also mix and match some of the sentiments that were in last month's designer's choice. I did have sentiments in, didn't it? I don't know. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it did have sentiments in. I think it did. I can't remember. Anyway, the sentiments that are in this designer's choice are, you have this gorgeous with love, which is really nice. I love that cursive swirly, and you've even got a heart in there as well. It's really gorgeous, that one, and that fits absolutely perfectly inside this circle frame too. Then you also get the word enjoy, and you get the bubble for that as well, so you get the little couple millimetre extra sort of bubble that you can put behind that. I like to cut it from vellum, but I know a lot of people like to cut this from a solid card and then layer the sentiment on, and then you can use 3D foam to raise up your sentiment because it's on a solid backing piece. Then you also get a little rounded rectangle. It seems to be like a running theme for these designers' choices, that you get these little rectangles, but they're really useful. And you also get the word celebrate inside there as well. I haven't actually cut celebrate out. I didn't use it on any of my cards, but maybe if I get round to doing my final idea with the background panel, I'll try and use the word celebrate on it. So that is the main die set for the designer's choice. Then I will show you the cards that I did. So the first two that I did, the video was actually supposed to just be this card, because I wanted to show how lovely this kind of a background panel looks with paper piecing. It is quite fiddly, and you'll see that in the video, but what I was doing, I don't know if I'll probably try and add an annotation onto the video so it's clear, but just white tack. I was just using white tack to pick all the pieces up. So if you cut the intricate panel out and then you've flipped the die over with all the pieces left in it, you can then just you can mould the piece of white tack into like a pointier shape, press it onto the back of the die, pick the pieces up, and then carefully put the pieces in the pattern. I know you can get those sticky pick-up tools, but I haven't got one, so white tack is your best friend with these kind of things because there's such tiny little pieces. But I think it really gives a cool effect. And then when I'd got fed up with paper piecing this pearlescent pink card back in, I just took two glitters. I took Ice White Pure Sheen glitter and also silver tinsel as well, and I just focused the white glitter in the circular design areas and then focused the silver glitter in the stripy areas in the sort of background of the design, and I think that looked really cool. And then because I had cut this panel from the pearlescent card to get the pieces to paper piece back in, I still had that panel, so then I decided to make a second card. And for this one, because these were both sort of going together in the same video, I put the double-sided adhesive behind this pearlescent panel and added the same ice white glitter, but you can see here it's got a pinky tone to it, and to get it to look like that, I just took the backing off the other side of the double-sided and stuck it onto the same pink card that I was using on the other card. And I think that gives a really cool look because it's kind of sugar-coated, that cardstock really. It just gives a subtler look to the pink as well. So that is one video showing you how to paper piece and add glitter and stuff to the cards. Quite a simple concept really. And then I did this one as well, which again was originally going to just be one card. It was going to be this card, and then I had the idea to do this card, but that was going to be a separate video, and then it's ended up being 3 cards in the one video that was supposed to just be this shaker one. But anyway, for this one I took the main die and I cut it from funky foam, so it's just white funky foam, and then I was using clear sticky ink and embossing powders. So I was using the pink ones, so these two I heat embossed with the pink Popsicle Nouveau embossing powder, which came out in the Blue Blossom colour trend. And then for this one I thought the white card blank needed some extra interest on it, so I just inked up part of this stamp and pressed it on, and used some of the Shimmering Pearl embossing powder from Nouveau, which has got it's a pearlescent finish and it has glitter in too, so it's a really cool embossing powder. And then, oh, I forgot to put these in the thumbnail for that video anyway, never mind. So I also used, to add colour to these two, I also used some Nouveau Aquaflow, and I'm pretty sure both of these are in the Blue Blossom colour trend Nouveau Aquaflow pack. And it's Cameo Pink and Pink Lemonade that I used on there. And I also used a little bit of the Aqua Shimmer as well, the clear one, to give a little bit of sparkle. So for this one, to create this shaker frame, I cut the circular element, both pieces together, so the piece that has the tabs on the side and the interior piece, from white. Then I carefully trimmed off the tab piece. You can kind of see here, that's where I've trimmed it off, and I've also trimmed it off up here as well. And then I just took that little frame, stuck it to a piece of the pink pearlescent cardstock that I'd used in the other cards, and then I just trimmed around it like undercut with scissors to get a solid backing just on that portion of the design. I just thought actually I could have cut it just with the solid die, and then I would have only had to cut around the inside. Anyway, I made it more complicated, but never mind. And then I piled up my confetti, which was the Rose Shell Blossoms, also from the Blue Blossom colour trend. And I put some clear glass microbeads in there as well, because they just help everything move around. And I did it like that so that I could still see the background through it, and then you just place the frame over the top. And I just added the With Love sentiment on top of the acetate, so it looks like it's floating on there as well. So that's the shaker card. Then this one was the other background that I'd done in the pink Popsicle and used the Nouveau Aquaflows on. And I had this idea to show you a different way of using that rounded rectangle. So I cut 3 rounded rectangles out to give apertures. Then I used that pearlescent pink cardstock behind, and then I added the word enjoy in all of them. And I also cut the intricate frame out with white, trimmed off the little tabs again, and used that as little partial designs to sort of come in the side as well. And when I was heat embossing this one, I deliberately didn't press down on the whole of the stamp so that you missed off the corners, and you can also come back in with a paintbrush and brush off any places as well, so it hasn't got a harsh line around the edge. And that's how I did that one. And then this one was just because I had the rounded rectangles from this card, so I cut one of the actual tabbed die with the outside and the inside, and I've actually wrapped it around the card and stuck it on the inside. And then I cut another one just from white and snipped off the little tab pieces so that I could layer it on top. And then in between these two pieces I've added on those 3 leftover rectangles, and then just added the sentiment on as well. And then that's the one where I've used the Shimmering Pearl embossing powder in the background just to add a little bit of pattern using that big background stamp that we made. So I hope you enjoyed this up close video, just showing you a few ways of how you can make use of this gorgeous Designer's Choice die set. And I mean, even if you just have some other patterned panel dies as well, you can give these kind of paper piecing with 2 tones of glitter and creating your own background stamps a go as well. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will be back next month with Designer's Choice number 6 as well. Bye!